Hey guys, this is Aska Aziz with Cygnus Payments. And today, as Cygnus celebrates the 10-year milestone, the company continues to push the boundaries of what's possible in fintech while staying focused on one mission, which is empowering merchants and partners with technology that drives real business success. Today, we are going to explore the journey behind Cygnus, the vision that transformed it from payments company into a fintech innovator, the future of products like Compass POS and Cygnus Capital, lessons in leadership, and the mindset that continues to shape one of the industry's fastest growing companies, that is Cygnus Payments. Please join us in welcoming Ali Mahmood.
Thank you.
Hello, Ali.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. All right. So thank you so much for joining us today, Ali. And as Cygnus celebrates its 10-year milestone, we'd really like you to walk us through your journey of how Cygnus Payments came into play. What were, some of the biggest issues that you were trying to solve? And if you go back to day one, what were the issues that you personally faced? And how was your journey like?
I've been in the payment space since 2006. It's been a wonderful journey. I've worked with two of the largest payments providers in the United States. And when I started the company, what I wanted to do was, our customers are merchants. We didn't want them to have any surprises on their pricing. That was a pretty simple goal. Give them straight pricing, whether it was interchange plus pricing or flat rate pricing. We didn't want any surprises for our merchants. And secondly, connect our sales partners to our merchants and provide solutions in the end. That's why I started Cygnus.
All right, so thanks, Ali. That sounds very impressive. So what were, the biggest problems that you faced personally, and also during the entire process? What do you think were the biggest hurdles that you faced?
Money.
Okay. Common. And?
It was just money.
And where did that come from?
In order to start a company, you need a lot of resources for payroll, for expansion, for tech and compliance and all that. So you need a lot of financial resources for that. So when I started, I didn't take any equity in the company, except for my wife. She invested, some, I don't want to disclose the amount, but I gave her 15% equity in return, and hopefully she will be very happy at the end results.
Yep, that sounds about good, and I hope that your wife is happy about it. So Ali, when you founded Cygnus Payments, did you ever think that one day it would become much more than just, a payment processing company?
Yes, I always envisioned it to be not just a payments processing company, not like just an ISO, a fintech organization. But everything comes at its own time. So start off with simple, becoming an ISO, new merchants, grow your portfolio book of business. And eventually when you have enough resources, you invest in more tech. So absolutely, I wanted it to be not just a simple ISO. I wanted it to be a fintech company since day one.
Well, that sounds impressive, and as we can see that you have pretty much achieved your goals, so congratulations to you. However, Ali, today as we describe Cygnus as a fintech company rather than simply a payment processor, what do you think drove that transformation?
So what drove that particular transformation is market demand. Markets will tell you what you need to do, and if you don't listen to the market, then you're going to lose. So that's what is driving us to develop software, technology, add more things to our tech stack, and we're going to continue doing that. And at the same time, supporting our customers to the best of our abilities. In the end, we are a customer service organization, but again, everything is tech-driven right now, and we just want to be at the forefront of technology.
All right, so thanks for that, Ali. So Ali, what do you think? Was there like a specific moment when you realized that, payments alone weren't enough and that Cygnus needed to build out an entire ecosystem?
The advent of Square and Toast into the marketplace. If you look at the business model of Toast and Square, basically it's all embedded integrated payments, right? They add a lot of other technology stack to their offering. For example, payroll, funding, and a lot of other things that I cannot think of right now. So especially when Toast came out, right, we were trying to compete with Toast, we would lose every deal. So something had to be done about it, right? Either you just go home, pack your bags and go home, or compete to a certain degree. That's why what we wanted to do at Cygnus was to invest more in a tech stack which will be able to compete with Toast and Square and at a competitive price.
All right, so that sounds good. So today you see Cygnus offers payment processing, POS solutions, AI, capital, partner programs, and a lot more. So was that like always the vision or did that like evolve naturally?
Vision has always been to offer solutions to the customers and helping our partners grow their book of business. We just want to be the facilitator in this process. So our sales partner have the tools to go and sell solutions to the end user, which we call in our industry merchants. So, it's natural. You gotta, merchants need funding all the time. That's why we want to introduce capital into the picture too. Merchants cannot get funding from the banks, especially it's hard because they don't have sometimes the right documentation to get funding. So that's where capital came into picture. When AI is kind of like in the infant stages, in my opinion, right? There's a lot of hype about AI. We are definitely as a company investing in AI. But from a general perspective, I think there's a long way to go. I think we are in the mid 90s cycle of the dot-com bubble when it comes to AI right now. So, I mean, we will see what the user applications for AI are. There are a lot of applications when it comes to AI, for example, in robotics, in data and analytics, and also in voice recognition, image recognition. So that will help our merchants, especially our hospitality merchants, to streamline their processes.
That definitely sounds amazing. So, I mean, Ali, so if somebody came up to you and asked you today, what does Cygnus actually do? How do you answer that in like one sentence?
We facilitate payments.
I can agree to that. And now coming to our, the star of Cygnus and our baby, Compass. So Compass POS has like become one of the biggest investments that Cygnus has made. Why do you think was building our own PS platform, so important?
Compass is, like you said, it's baby of Cygnus. I think the reason why we wanted to invest in Compass, build that technology, just like I mentioned earlier, because of players like Toast and Square. There are more players like that coming in the retail side as well. So that's something we have to look at as well. But we have a lot of retail partners who are in this space as well that we work with. So we're going to try to work with them as well. But going back to Compass, it's basically a platform, an ecosystem. That's what I want to build. My vision of Compass would be all-in solution for our merchants, especially in the hospitality space, from just taking orders, online AI ordering, back office services, kiosks, not just basic kiosks like a touchscreen kiosk. What I'm envisioning is more of a different type of a kiosk where perhaps you could envision these small robots walking up to a customer. When the customer walks in, how can I help you? If there's a shortage of staff, especially for our merchants, they can utilize those services, especially through AI. So that's where we are investing more stuff in. But we give a solution to a customer and they like that solution, it checks all the boxes. First of all, that's why we are investing so much into Compass. So we're going to keep on investing into Compass. We'll still make mistakes. We'll learn from our mistakes and adapt quickly and, make a better product by each passing day.
So, I mean, Ali, since you already said that, there are multiple competitors already in the market, and we know that there are like hundreds of POS already that are there. Why do you think a merchant should choose Compass POS over, the other competitors that we have?
The reason why I think if I was a business owner, why I would use Compass is, first of all, it's gonna be easy to use. It's gonna be cost effective. You're not gonna pay an arm and a leg for just using basic services on a POS system that you should use. I know a lot of people might think that if they have a solution, they gotta pay more for it. Why pay more for a solution? So we want to bring the cost down for the solution. We want to ensure that our merchants have the ability to match whatever the enterprise level merchants have, like loyalty, gift cards, analytics, customer engagement tools. We want to offer them everything that an enterprise level merchant would have. So that's why I think a merchant should use Compass. They don't have to pay 4% on their processing fees, like if they were with Toast. Or they don't have to spend $20,000 on a POS hardware, just like they would go with NCR or Oracle or something like that. So that's where Compass fits in. Initially it's going to be in the QSR space, but eventually we're going to go into fine dine as well. It's a natural transition. So first of all, the cost is effective. It's not too expensive, and secondly, it can give you basically all the bells and whistles that the major point of sale systems provide.
Okay, so Ali, I mean, that's from, a price perspective. But what do you think are the key features, or what's special about Compass that makes it different from, the traditional POS systems that merchants have been using for years and years?
The key differentiator in Compass is feedback. We get feedback from our partners and our merchants, and we take that feedback very, very seriously. We have a bunch of beta merchants right now in our Compass program, and that feedback we're getting from them is crucial to our success. And that's, I think, is the most important thing. If they give you some suggestions, take it seriously. Number two is this, that I believe that what we're trying to build here, we will have pretty much everything a restaurant needs. For example, from basic things like reports, dashboards. And let's say if your internet is down and you need a way to process payments, you can just pull up your mobile app and run transactions through there. You need online ordering, third-party delivery services, kiosk, voice ordering, whatever you need, we will just provide you with that. Right now, we don't have pay at the table. We'll enable pay at the table as well pretty soon, within the next 90 days as well. So it's just basically a full-blown system that you should not say no to.
Well, I think that sounds pretty impressive, and I'm sold for Compass. So, however, on that, where do you see Compass evolving over the next 3 or maybe say 5 years?
I see Compass evolving, like I mentioned earlier, into a full-blown ecosystem for a restaurant. Depending upon the restaurant, drive-through, menu boards, everything is synced. We can also enable, some of the merchants face issues with paying credit card processing fees due to inflation as well. We'll enable a compliant dual pricing program for them. That's where the menu boards will be very helpful for us. Paying like all the orders from kiosk, AI, back office will come into the restaurant's registers. If they are doing, full dining restaurant, we'll offer coursing options in there, multiple printer, KDS stations, so they can manage the business effectively. Also on reservations as well, because sometimes when you go to a restaurant, one of the things I've noticed is that you get a reservation for 10 p.m., but sometimes you don't get a table till 10:30. So more automation from maybe perhaps AI. I don't know if AI is the right tool or not. So it can time how long does the table take based on the order size and all that. So the restaurant to manage the guest experience in a much better way, in my opinion, in some cases as well. And then also automating stuff, for example, like, QR menu. Like, if you're waiting at a table to get a drink, sometimes you have to wave at the waiter and stuff like that. They might be busy, so you can just go do the QR menu with your phone, add another drink if you want to, right, while you're waiting, add an appetizer, whatever you want to do. So we just want to give a full comprehensive picture to the restaurant. And also, if you're coming with a family, you want to have some games for the kids to play with that, download a QR code, free games for the kids, perhaps enable Wi-Fi for the kids, just in the end, streamlining the entire process, making sure that the customer's guest experience, our merchant's guest experience is A-class as their food is.
Wow, Ali, I guess that sounds pretty amazing, and fingers crossed, and I really hope that Compass reaches that point. So, that being said, Compass is only say one part of the Cygnus ecosystem. Do you mind walking us through everything that is currently now under the Cygnus umbrella?
So, well, yeah, thanks for asking that question. We are working on a lot of things at this time. I think by Q4 of 2026, all these things that we are working on will come online in production. We're working on split funding. People ask what's the reason for split funding. Now you have the ability as a partner, a sales partner, and for us to do financing on a daily basis. For example, if your hardware cost, the monthly hardware premium is $150 a month, you can just charge a merchant $3 a day through our split funding system. We will enable same day funding, which will probably be ready by the end of this quarter or Q3. Merchants closing the batch around 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. will get their money the same day around 6 or 7 p.m. So it'll help with our merchants' cash flow. We mentioned Cygnus Capital. We will, based on the processing volume, we'll give them funding at pretty concessional rates as well. So the idea is not to make money on those accounts, right? But the idea is for our merchants to have access to the capital so they can grow. The more transactions they process, more beneficial it is for us. And also, bank approved us for the online pharmacy program, which is going to be pretty amazing because there's not a lot of players in the market and the margins are pretty good too. As long as they are following our guidelines and they are legit script certified, we will be able to board those pharmacies, and it will help the pharmacies reduce the cost of acceptance and also be compliant as well with all the state regulations and all that. I don't know too much about it, but these are the few things besides Compass we're trying to do as well. So in any ways, whatever we do, we want our partners and ourselves to gain more market share.
Wow, Ali, looks like you've got your hands full over there. So, Ali, talking about Cygnus Capital, why did Cygnus decide to enter the financing space?
The reason why we decided to go into the financing space was this: the merchants need funds.
Okay.
We had a lot of demand for those funds and merchant funding too. So we decided to partner with some, firms, lending firms, to offer those solutions to our partners. Instead of going to one lending firm, we decided to work with several lending firms. We send them the processing data without any confidential DBA information, and we ask for offers based on the processing volume, right? And what we're gonna do is every lender has different requirements. So what we're gonna do is gonna make this process different. Is that, for example, lender A qualifies a merchant for 90,000 at a particular factor rate, right? And lender B qualifies the same merchant for half the amount, but maybe with a lower factor rate. So what we're going to do is present both the offers to the merchant. So with one-stop shop, the merchant can pick and choose which lender makes with the best fit for them. So I think there'll be a win-win situation for our merchants and of course our lenders too, right? Our idea and our sales partners as well. That's why we decided to go into capital, so we can offer the solution to our merchants. And the best solution, not focus on one vendor, just work with multiple vendors. Whoever gives the best solution to our partners, we're going to basically facilitate the whole process for them. So that means that we don't have to do multiple application. The application goes to the vendor approves it, then they sign the agreement. But it's just like having multiple vendors compete for the same merchant. Is what our objective was. It will definitely reduce the price down for the merchant, and it'll give them more options for funding as well.
Well, I guess that sounds very exciting, Ali, and looks like you've got the entire process sorted out and figured out for yourself. So, Ali, my question is, AI is, changing every industry nowadays. How do you see AI changing payments?
Oh, okay. That's a pretty loaded question. I don't see artificial intelligence in the core payments aspects at this time. Maybe in 5 years down the road, but not at this time. What I see is that you can use some ancillary AI services for customer support, like chat boxes. You can have AI run your data, right? I see some people say AI will do your underwriting. I don't know how that will happen, but the jury's still out there, because there could be scenarios where AI could enable fraud. You can generate a fake driver's license. You can generate a fake voter check. Through AI, you can generate a fake business license, right? Or maybe perhaps a bank statement, right? So AI could be dangerous from the risk perspective, but it could be useful on the ancillary services, like I mentioned earlier, like chat boxes. Square is using an AI chat box. I don't know how that's going for them, but so companies are trying to implement AI as much as possible. But I think, like I mentioned earlier, I think we're still in the infant stages, because a lot of companies have incorporated AI and they've gone back to humans, like Salesforce is one example. Starbucks is another example. Some other companies I cannot think on top of my head, but I see, like, at this time, maybe not, but maybe in the future, we might see more adoption of AI into payments. But
Yeah, I think, I completely agree with your perspective on AI being, risky and also not being something that is going to be sufficient for the payments industry at this point. Maybe somewhere in the future. Yes, I agree on that. So that being said, this year marks, 10 years of Cygnus, and that's a very big milestone. So looking back, what do you think you're the most proud of?
well, thank you. It's been 10 years and it's gone by very quickly. There was a lot of hard work that was put into it. The most proud moment that I'm really proud of is I feel like with Cygnus we have been able to provide a good quality life to a lot of people, including our employees, absolutely myself as well, including a sales partner. That's what I'm mostly proud of, and also merchants. We have merchants that have been processing with us for since they started, and they're still with us because we don't really touch their pricing. There's always some repricing here and there. This obviously happens because of process interface and all that. But generally speaking, we don't really reprice our merchants like aggressively. So these are a few things that I'm proud of, and I think we are at this juncture after 10 years going to start a new stage in Cygnus's transformation, and that's going to be more of a fintech organization. It's pretty hard to do that, but we'll keep on trying, so to get to the next level.
Okay, so now that we're at this juncture of talking about Cygnus, what do you think? What kind of people do you think succeed at Cygnus?
People who can speak their mind, people who work hard, people who are innovative, and people who take initiative.
I like that, and I agree with that too. So I think enough about Cygnus. We've come to know what Cygnus is doing, what's currently under our umbrella, and what are Cygnus's future plans. Maybe we can talk a little about you. So what's one hobby people would be surprised to learn about yourself?
Yeah, I just like to doing a lot of research on random topics. It could be a country, it could be historical, it could be a landmark. I just like to do research on stuff.
I mean, I think that's pretty evident. I'm sure everyone at Cygnus knows that about you. However, we're talking about something that's surprising, a very maybe a quirky hobby that you have.
I love animation. Like anything animated, I like to watch it. Like Toy Story 5, anything that comes out, I enjoy that. So I love animation. So.
I think that is actually a surprise and pretty interesting one too. So that being said, Ali, who do you think has inspired you the most throughout your career?
Yes, my inspiration, I think, is Jeff Bezos. Because he kept at it for 15 years. His company did not make a profit, and eventually he redefined his company, Amazon. It was a bookstore company. Then somebody gave him a suggestion: why don't you just sell everything, make it an online merchandise company? And now he's going into the cloud because he developed a pretty good cloud service for his own merchandise, or his third parties who sell on his platform as well. So he inspires me. He struggled, he worked hard, and he has made the company into a very successful organization. So that's who I'm inspired by, Jeff Bezos.
Oh, thank you, Ali. I think that's very interesting. So, Ali, what advice would you give young professionals who want to, are looking forward to build their careers in fintech?
Young professionals need to work hard and show up and listen, and they'll be very, very successful.
Thank you, Ali. I think that's pretty great advice. So, finally, wrapping up our questions, when people hear the name Cygnus, what do you hope comes to their mind 5 years from now?
When people hear Cygnus, I hope it's a common name. Merchants know about our products and services that we offer, and they have positive memories about Cygnus. Positive memories, or they're still our customers. So, I want to have a positive bubble around Cygnus. Whoever we touch, we want to make sure we can improve their life, their businesses, or whatever it may be.
I think that's very interesting, and I hope so the same for Cygnus as well. And that pretty much wraps up our questions. On that note, Ali, I have a small rapid fire round for you. So are you ready?
We'll try. I'm not good at it, but we'll try.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Beach vacation or mountain retreat?
Mountain retreat.
Your first job ever?
First up, it was pizza delivery.
Oh, interesting. So, biggest risk you've ever taken?
Cygnus.
Cygnus. Okay. And one app you use every day?
Microsoft Outlook, I guess.
Okay. What's your favorite book?
My favorite book is The Art of War by Sun Tzu.
Interesting. What's the best advice that you've ever received?
My dad used to tell me, if you're not the smartest person in the room, just make sure you're the hardest working person in the room.
What's your favorite city that you've ever visited?
Cape Town, South Africa.
Nice. And what's one thing that's still on your bucket list?
One thing on my bucket list is hiking up K2.
That's very interesting. So, what's the one word that your team would use to describe you?
Jerk.
I disagree, but okay. And what's the one word that describes the future of Cygnus?
Success.
Amazing. One technology that every merchant should embrace today.
They should embrace all technology. They should be open to everything, including myself.
I agree on that too. On AI, an opportunity or a disruption?
Don't know.
And what's your superpower as a leader?
Listening.
I agree. All right, thanks, Ali. So that concludes our rapid fire session. And thank you so much for your time today. We learned a lot. I mean, I personally learned a lot from you today. And what would you like to say to the people that are watching us right now?
Well, thank you for your time. It was interesting, wonderful conversation. I enjoyed it myself. And I hope you learned something. And I definitely learned something as well today, right? That's the whole goal. In the end, I just want to say, things don't just happen. You have to put a lot of effort into it, a lot of hard work into it. And you have to be determined to make things happen. You will come across hurdles, you'll come across disappointments, but you won't enjoy if you don't have any disappointments. So thank you.